No matter what, I'm trying to make this as professional as possible with zero ingredients 14 days ago that I was doing this. Literally, tomorrow, Monday, October 13th, will be 14 days. And I have just decided at this point, I'm done. It's going out like raw information, like I'm on a fast. I'm on a 52-week fast that was prompted. I can't even get this bearing in. That was prompted 14 days ago. Then I have a microphone over here. It was prompted 14 days ago on September 29th. And let me write that down. Let me just do this, period. This is just my main fast. That's my main fast. But I was prompted 14 days ago to do a fast. I was prompted to do a fast. 29, 25. Let's go with I got like a box of yumminess down here, y'all. I can pick colors for days. I'm gonna put my microphone on as well. I was prompted to do fast 9:29. And anytime I'm prompted to do a fast, there's always a why. Let me get my coffee. And let me get my microphone. Let's see what happens with this. It's gonna be good to me. I'm not a podcaster before September 29th. I'm a mom. I'm a victor. I'm insanely strong, insanely resilient. I'm so many things. I'm a hairdresser. I'm an educator. Mother. I will say that over and over and over again. I'm a lot of things. I had a radio show once. I almost had a TV show once. I had not huge, but I had a very large transportation company in Nashville. It was large for me, considering where I come from. I moved to Nashville in 2000 with my 2 children, reluctantly. I moved here on behalf of someone else and wound up staying 25 years. I raised 3 sons here, and this is my post-mommy second half of life. So in the midst of figuring out the second half of life, and we're going to see in real time how much of a difference this makes. In my second half of life, I have the opportunity to do anything right now. Anything. Hopefully that's what it's supposed to be. And I'll find out at the end of this episode and every episode for the next 50 weeks after this one. I will be on here live every Monday at 7 a.m. Central Time to discuss with you how my week is going during this fast. So fast forward to, I'm going through this experience. I've basically been an empty nester 4 years. It's 26, 5 years, going on 5 years authentically, where my last one's gone. He's grown, graduated college, he's doing all his things. So these last 4 or 5 years, it's just been through that process of him getting into the world and doing his thing. So now my youngest son is in the world doing his thing. And over these last 4 years, as this was churning along, 2019, my mother also passed, and she was my first child. My mother was my child from conception, when I was conceived. I believe God put me in her belly to love her and take care of her from the time I was born till the time she passed. That's my heart and soul belief of my relationship with my mother, and I love her dearly. These are her earrings. I haven't worn earrings in probably a year, 2 years. I don't know. Not 2 years, but definitely over a couple months. I haven't really done nothing lately. But anyway, so this is my second half of life decision. And it did not come lightly. It came kicking and screaming. I am a woman that is multifaceted. I can do everything from platinum hair, white hair, to managing real estate. I'm an avid reader, educator. I love audio education, books, clips, anything that can feed the inside of my soul. I'm obsessed with anything that makes me a better mother, a better person, a better podcaster. I got all kind of stuff hanging around here. But I am absolutely obsessive about becoming a better person. And with all of that said, I've been offered, I have an opportunity. I can go to school. I can bear down and go to school right now. I'm 51 years old. I just turned 51 the beginning of October in my fast, my first week of the fast. I turned 51, but I could start another limousine company here in Nashville. Extremely profitable business. I have had the creme de la creme of clients. It would be nothing to do that, something new, inventive, put something else on wheels and drag it around Nashville. I could do that. I could start a nonprofit. I mean, there's so much I could do. And the people closest to me are like, just tell me what you want. Like, it's your time. Do what you want. What do you want to do? Write your ticket. I said, no. I don't know what I want to do. I have no idea what I want to do. I don't know what I want to do. So I'm doing what I know best. I'm driving like Uber and Lyft to make extra money, just to get me through this gray area so I don't take on a career or plant my feet into something that is not going to maximize how multifaceted I actually am. So I'm not just, a 9-to-5-er, to go build somebody else's empire, franchise, whatever. That's not me. I did that coming out of the streets in 2000 to 2004, 5. That's when I got my first job. I was 25 years old. I got my first job in Nashville, Tennessee, in a mall. I was a hustler from birth up until that point. Period. Just period. This is raw, y'all. I'm trying to lay it out. I've traveled the country. I've put on hair shows. I've been in the midst of hundreds of thousands of people throughout this 25-year journey, and the only thing I can tell no one around me is how to help me and help me. What's the next level? Like, what? I'm so secure in my children. My three sons have everything they need to make their way in this world. They're amazing human beings that have heart. Their, their depth within themselves is sufficient for me. They have the equipment to dive. They have the equipment to climb, hike. They got the cleats, the ropes. My kids are good. And that hit me like a ton of bricks. That hit me like a ton of bricks, y'all. That hit me like a ton of bricks. A ton of bricks. I realized that I was now in the middle of survival mode, living, parenting, and existing with nothing left to fight for. I got to figure out where to look, but with nothing left to fight for. So when you're putting on all your armor and you're running out to battle and it's a field of daisies and everyone's chilling and laying around and like, what's up? How you doing? What you doing? And you like, where's the danger? Where, and there comes a point where eventually, and I have to go turn on the fan. I keep little fans with me. But there comes a point eventually where you keep running out to battle in survival mode and ain't no battle. You done raised the kids, everybody's safe, and I'll go through the types of battles I was running from, especially with my kids. Criminality, poverty thinking, slave mentality to generational curses. Like there's a ton of different things. Actually, I'm gonna use my little fan, y'all. I don't want to put on my big old AC. I got an old flat, and she will come on like a Bahama mama. I'll put the one you'll always see me in the airport with. So I woke up and I'm grasping. I'm grasping at people, places, things to find fulfillment. Whether it be a friendship, whether it be my children, whether it be helping somebody, anything but helping me. And the more I try to help people with their moms or their loss of their children or rearing of their children or strategies to help people get along, boy, is this getting in real time. Y'all about to watch me be Nana. Hello, Nana. Hello, baby. Nana's actually recording her first podcast, and you're on it live. Yay! Woo! No one can see you, but we can definitely know this is happening. So it's Nana's real life. Yay! Nana busy. Okay? I love you. A tanto bebe. Putong. This is my real life. I have a great life. I have amazing, amazing children. My granddaughter there's no words for that little girl's existence to me. It's miraculous. I'm messing up everything in my life as far as external relationships. My friends don't understand me. I got a new chair too, y'all. Okay, I can deal with that. You know, I'm in situations where the people that are around me don't understand me. People that are around me perceive me as mean, judgmental, holier than thou, too heavenly. I'm, you know, and it's just so many, and I'm not going to repeat the things that people say to me. If I tell someone I'm on a fast, they're like, oh, you're so strong. Or if I tell somebody, oh my gosh, you know, hey, what are you doing? Nothing. I just left the gym. I had a great gym session. Oh, you're so strong. Jesus is working on me. And this is 15, 16, 17. It's my circle constantly in Nashville. I come from Detroit, Boston, Chicago. I come from shattered glass. So all city, Gary, you know, I used to run around Gary, Indiana, 12 years old, you know, with my mom hitting methadone clinics and stuff like that. Like, I come from popping, like popping for real, popping and dropping. Needless to say, down here, it has been like putting my flesh in quicksand. So coming here, yeah, it was wonderful. It was wonderful opportunity for my children. I will not get into the details. This is going to be later on in the year. I'm in a 52-week fast. There's got to be bound to be times when I'm talking about everything throughout, but just to stay on task here. So coming here, it was a wonderful opportunity for my kids. Where we came from in Chicago was nothing. I mean, nothing land. It didn't get more nothing land than where I came from in the Chicago area. And when I came down here, it was wonderful for my kids, you know, it was the best opportunity they had. It was a way for them to see family, community, people that try and love each other, and just polar opposite consistency. Just to see mom and dads together at a football field for me was like watching a zoo. I felt like I was in a zoo. So Nashville does make me feel like I'm in a zoo, but I'm here. I'm bought in. I'm bought in. I'm bought in. So long story short, I'm in a circle around here that I don't fit in. I don't fit in anywhere. I don't fit in anywhere. I don't fit in anywhere. I have to tell you all this to lead up to September 29th. So 25 years, I'm living up and down, up and down, up and down. I'm the only one in my circle who believes in the dream that you can just mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, you can do it. You know, like, and I'm a pusher of people. Push, 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 push. You can do it. You can do it. You need me 6 months. Let's go. I'm with you. I'll stand by you. I'll get off a plane. I'll run to here. I'm here. I'm da 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 da. Not in excess, but in capability. I'm a very capable friend. Very motivated friend, very capable friend, very stylish, very jazzy, this is me all the time, like for real, like this is me. And I've noticed at 51, I've been looking for me inside of other people. And I do find that. I'll find someone with, you know, my creativity or someone's sweetness will remind me of my sweetness, or someone's tragedy or trauma will remind me of something I've been through with somebody else or something I've been through. And so what I've noticed creeping up on September 29th this year was I was I'm in a bunch of shadow relationships. So one, did I never have the tools to know what a real relationship should look like, or what a real relationship should encourage you to do daily. I realized the relationships that were around me would give me anti feelings. So I never, and I can't say never, but in the process of 25 years, I realized this year I'm not in circles that leave me wanting more when I leave them. That for me is an issue. And so, right before this date, someone had said to me, don't get so heavenly that you're no earthly good. And I thought I had understanding on it, maybe day 10, but I really have understanding on it now. The understanding I have on don't be so heavenly. And again, this is all while I've been fasting for almost 2 weeks. Tomorrow will be 2 solid 14-day weeks. And it offended me so hard because I'm the person who goes, gives, I'm there, whatever you need, inspiration, the way I try to be a better mother, a better person, the way I'm accountable for my, mistakes, the way I want to unearth dead stuff so I can just bury it forever. I want to fix relationships and dig down, and I want authenticity and blah, 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 blah. I realize that statement that was made to me offended me so much because it proved like one of my last true, what I thought was a Christ-like relationship without saying it. It turned out to be a relationship that didn't know me. And after that phone call, it's just like and when your spirit speaks to you, it's almost like you get put in a astronaut helmet. It's like the face mask closed down. And my spirit said, you're going to do a fast. You're going to do a 7-day. So this was September 29th. You're going to do a 7-day vocal fast. Don't talk to anybody. And me, I'm like, okay, so this is what happens in my head. I have to cut to the play. I heard that. I was angry. I was like, it pisses me off because this person is like prayer central, warrior with me, been in this, like, how could she say this to me? And my spirit told me to go into a vocal fast for 7 days. So I'm like, God, what? I'm sorry. I have kids in other countries. I have a granddaughter that I have dinner with every single night, pretty much on FaceTime because she's in another country. And not to mention, I'm working, I'm still out in the world hustling and trying to figure out what I'm doing going forward. The one thing I figure I need is my voice. God, my spirit's like, nope, go on a 7-day vocal fast. Don't tell nobody. I'm not telling nobody. And mind you, people 97.5% never know what's really going on inside of me, because why bring forth such precious gifts? For what? So the stuff I show people I can do, they're not maximizing with that and running with me and we're getting better, 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 better. It seems to be like so the stuff I go through like this, the studying I do, I got this chalkboard wall, but my bathroom mirror, it's massive. It's almost the size of it's the size of my whole bathroom vanity. It's an old mirror, so it's one piece. I go in there with my dry erase markers. Oh, honey, I go, me and God, we're in there, we're growing. And this is just who I am. This is what I do.
I look forward to where I can grow in the next moment, If I got road rage, I want to grow. If I'm snippy, I'm convicted. I want to grow. Like, I don't want any remnants of any nothing ugly left in me from where I come from. And so I've had to revisit where I come from so much. It's abnormal. People don't want to keep emptying themselves. Lord, empty me, empty me, empty me, empty me. Get all the bad out. Get everything out. Get everything out that is not of you and your desire only. That is a very hard thing to want to do. I don't want anything. I want God's divine vessel so he can use me to do stuff like give away cars, give away money, go serve, go work with youth villages, go speak in juvenile prisons, go speak at churches, speak to random women, I'm dealing with a guy right now in federal prison. He's getting out soon and I'm fasting for that. Like, there's so much going on that I'm involved in. That's just not normal with the circle I'm in. And it's not the circle, it's me. And so when you tell these people that, they don't understand. They want it to be something that can be fixed, something that can be changed. That the only thing that would have to change for me to stay here is me. I gotta grow and go. So I accepted the delusion, because mind you, there's no person that wrote me down an email and said, just go on a fast. And there's proof I can show you that my boss said it. So my boss is him. Him. So I accepted the first 7-day vocal fast. And I went on it. And 7 days, I didn't talk. I wrote on my car, I'm in a vocal fast, public fast for God. Like, I made a spectacle out of the fact. I had a sign in my car. I made a spectacle out of the fact that I wasn't speaking. And let's just keep it a buck. Like, I have very public children that are attached to very public brands. And I'm not reject mom that came from the hood, GED, tattoos. I don't act like nobody, look like nobody, or nothing in their lives ever. And so I try my hardest to keep the brands of Jessica Bain and Jessica Mom really separated. And there was a lot of institutional reasons for that. We gonna do an episode, girl. We gonna have to, because and that's just reality. Like, you can be perceived to the government as an illegitimate parent by other people due to being different, due to all kind of reasons. And so a lot of the reasons I try to keep me and my children separate as far as who I am outside of being a mother is because I don't want that to crash. Now, am I walking around tattooed? Certain parts of me, and my kids grew up in all the private schools in with all the country music people. Like, so certain parts of me just were what they were. Did I fit in? No. I mean, bless everyone there's heart. They tried. I tried. Nobody. I don't know nobody who comes from where I come from. And that's just real. So it makes it hard for me to relate. And it really makes it where I don't care to relate. I will try to politic, play, do this, do that, as long as the need arises for, like, my children's stuff. But I'm the lady that would go sit in a section of bleachers where there wasn't not one person. Towards the end, that's how it got, because I was so tired of being invisible in this circle, because there were so many things I was changing and moving and doing and coming, and everybody around me, they just looked at me like I wasn't shit. And I put explicit, I'm gonna put explicit on my podcast, but not because it's explicit, but because sometimes I'll cuss, and I don't want to, and that's one of the things I'm fasting for, my why. But it hasn't been no. I'm not even gonna say that. The discovery process of me has led me to this 14 days and this podcast, which I love the potential of this. If anybody should be sitting here talking to y'all, it's me. Now I don't have to sit here and talk to people who are tired of hearing me talk. I can talk to people who want to be here, because if you want to be here, you're going to search my platform. You're going to come out and you're going to find me, and that's just what it is. If you want to know how I'm doing on my fast, because that's what this is about, my fast, great, I'm here. If anything I do inspires you, great, I'm here. I can help. I have all my social media platforms fully. I'm farming all of them with this content, so it's not just here. I'm figuring it out, but the fast is real. And it is, my fast is to figure out my why, my number one why. And I'm going to do this in a blue, maybe. Let's do it. Let's do it in a blue. My number one why, to find out who I am, period. And that involves my divinity. I think it's divinity. I think it's an E. Yeah, divinity. GED squad. If I wanted a degree, I'd have one. GED 101. Leave me alone. But so divinity, maybe that's not it, but let me Google that, because that's gonna drive me nuts. But this is how I live life. If I don't know, I go find out, because there was nobody beating down my door to be like, hey, come here, let me help you learn, let me socialize your spectrum so you know how to function in the world. That's not what happened. So 52 weeks, we're gonna go through a lot. But it's about me. When I say we're going through a lot, it's because I don't have anybody else here. God wants me to put this out here. So y'all have to be my friends. It has to be so. There has to be people out here that need the tools I have, or God wouldn't have led me to this podcast. That's just a fact. So who I am, let's Google divinity, the word divinity. Let's see, divinity. Oh, it's I, okay. I'm sure y'all knew that. The quality of being divine or a divine being. That is huge, and I'll tell you why. That is divinity. Okay.
There you go. So divinity. The quality of being divine or a divine being. I just put my glasses on, but they're so broke. If I follow school buses, I'm a school bus follower. If I follow house music, I'm a house music follower. If I follow hip hop, I'm a hip hop follower. If I follow the Kardashians, I'm a whatever they're the beehive. You know what I'm saying? If I follow B, I'm a beehiver, or you know what I'm saying? Like, so I've noticed, and I gotta get y'all see my neck of my lips. I've noticed that when it comes to publicly following or liking posts or, everyone running around hiding their divinity is more, their divine being inside is more what I see than not. And I'm not going to project that out on the world. Hence the fast. So if what I'm seeing is not a strong, blazing representation of, hey, I live by the spirit inside of me, period. These are the principles I follow. This is what I do. This is who I am, period. No double dutch. This is who I am. This is how I raise my kids. This is what I believe in, yada, yada, yada. If I'm not seeing that around me and my taste and my yearning to have that around me isn't there, I'm like, well, who am I? So if this is who I claim to be in private, which the inside of me is what's private, because outside, I have to live a life where I'm telling you, every other week, there's 100,000 people around my kids. I got to go see, talk to this, talk to that, talk. It's it's a machine when you raise 3 sons, like, raise 3 sons. It's a machine. But this is the real of what it is, you guys. Who am I? Me and my kids can only be the example so much. I need inspiration. I've said that to people before. I need inspiration. I gotta go find it. I'm also fasting for, when I say I gotta go find it, I don't know where to go. It ain't like you can go to Walmart and get it in aisle 10. Another why I have is consistency. Fear. I'm writing this kind of close. I know you're not going to be able to see it. Doubt. Let's stay here. So consistency, fear, and doubt. This is another reason when I accepted the voice inside of me, right for the 29th, when God said to me, go on a fast. In here, go on a fast. I was like, okay, all right. Fought it. What am I fasting for? Because you got to know what you're fasting for. Like, what is a fast? A fast is when you submit. I'm not going to write that down. But a fast is a trade-off to yourself. So a fast is a trade-off that you are saying to yourself, I want this one thing so bad
Me, it's always behavior changes. I want to change the way I used to be so much. And I'm telling you, I am very close. Very, very. Changing my circle was the healthiest thing I have done in a long time. I'm not even kidding. But fear, doubt, and consistency. I can be the best at everything. Going to the gym, encouraging my kids, reading, whatever, great Nana, no. But if I'm not willing to consistently, without fear, no matter how I feel, wake up and do these things day after day after day after day to create the consistency using the happy tools, because these are the things that make me happy. Working out makes me happy, but it's hard. Learning how to eat a more live food-ish kind of, or whatever kind of diet I'm trying to land on. Like the education of that on a daily basis and the practice of trying new recipes. I still have yet to do, what are they, chia seeds? Whatever, but it's like the consistency. So this is how I feel. If I'm this good at what I do, whether it's my walk, my talk, my this, my that, my zhuzh, my no, I don't care. No, if I turn up the heat on myself for 1 year, so if I was able to come out at 51, being pretty dope, living in utter survival mode, this 51 weeks is just getting the last of the last of the last out, and we're going to do it publicly. I've turned myself inside out. I am going to do this 51. It was 51 weeks. I'm at the bottom of 1 week. Y'all finna see me at 43, 47. Y'all finna see me celebrate when I'm 52 weeks. That whole seven days gonna be a celebration. Because I'm gonna walk it out and I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna learn all of these things. I'm fasting to be a person who is love. I wasn't raised to know what love was, so I'm fasting to continue to learn how to embody love. So that way I can continue my relationships with my children can embody love. My relationships going forward can embody love. But if I don't know how to be love, which is, it's not irritable or resentful. Love is not arrogant or rude. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. Love does not insist on its own way. Love is patient. Love is kind. Love does not boast. Love does not solicit. Love never ends. Love bears all things, believes all things. Love hopes all things, endures all things. Love rejoices with truth. I am rejoicing with truth, hoping all, enduring all, bearing all, believing all. Love never ends. Love does not boast. Love is, that ain't me, yeah. I need to put a sticker, and that's what I'm going to do for myself. I'm going to put a sticker on the ones I'm working on because I'm not patient before this moment. Hopefully I'll be the most patient I've ever been from this moment on. In the name of the Most High. Love does not insist on its own way. I think because the principles I walk by are the ones of Jesus. If we all practice those principles and strive for perfection, we are set to do greater than he that's in us, right? I believe that. But sometimes, like people have told me, you're so judgy. I want to find the balance in that divine knowledge and wisdom and action here. So I'm working on that. Love is not arrogant or rude. I can be very rude, very short, because I don't like to be touched. I don't like to, I'm not patient with people's mistakes because no one was patient with mine. I was very unforgiving. Lord, my world, honey, you can call anybody from my past. They'll tell you I'm thriving and surviving. You know why? Because I was raised to. Period. Just period. Period. So I need to, all of this does not delight in evil. You know, I don't know. I don't really delight in evil, but I don't know. You know, I don't know. I'm figuring this one out. I know where I'm at with this one, kind of. But, you know, I want them all to be hitting the marks. I'm pretty good, like, as far as, no. I'm really there with surviving the pain, train, trauma. Like, I'm good. I love me. My God. That in itself is the statement. And I'm going to move aside real quick because we're about to wrap this up. Fasting is submission to yourself. You know, you can make it material. People can make it about money. You can fast for a bed. You can fast for a lawn. You can fast for a car. You can fast. And God will give you the desires of your heart as He sees fit. So for me, I don't waste time trying to fast for a car. I don't waste time for me, and it's just me. And you've got to figure. For me, I've already figured out what's important to me. What's important to me is my children, my health, my wealth, mental, physical, spiritually, our futures, our future selves. Like, there's so much I fast for that's not here at all. If you're wondering, you know, if you want to fast, something's telling you to fast. Something's telling you to give up sugar. Something's telling you to choose a banana over chips, or an art project over going spending money at the mall, you know, or working out over not, or even getting up and walking half a block down your street and back. Like, fast can be anything because they have to start somewhere. You can fast from cinnamon lip gloss, you know, just so you can get better at studying. And after you pass this test, you can buy cinnamon lip gloss again. Like, fast can be used to literally shake up and get you on a track to being a better version of yourself before that fast. And that's just a fact. Fasting saves lives. Period. Fasting, when you fast, whatever you're fasting for, it will save the dream that you thought died in you. Fasting can change that. So I'm fasting for who I am in my divinity. I'm fasting to be more consistent, to completely stamp out fear. I'm obviously not a person who's afraid of shame, fame, blah, 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 blah. I'm good. I haven't been through everything. God help me that He wanted me to go through, because I ain't just, I digress. Doubt. I want to find out. I want to become love. The food, you know, I'm fasting with food so I can educate myself more on food. And I'm not writing this down. I have this written down, and I'll show you actually. This is actually really simplified. This is a simplified version of what I'm doing for 52 weeks. 51 weeks. I'm so proud for this first week to be over, y'all. I did my first week. But this is what I'm fasting for. You know, not in great detail, but it's a self-care Bible. So the first thing, I'm trying to figure out what order these are the things that I need to do every day to be the best version of me and take this brand and this podcast to where it needs to go. So now I know what I want to do and put in the effort. That's it. Faith without works is dead. Faith without works is dead. Faith without works is dead. That's going to bring it home. So My divinity, that's first, that's winding up being in 2 weeks. The first thing I'm running to when I open my eyes, Lord, what is going on? Because I feel like I'm constrained. I'm in a fast. And the point of a fast is to restrict your flesh so you can break through and be better, like less sick, less emotional, less abandoned, there's so many lessons you can drop with fasting. So also I have on here, educate myself, gym, food, family, community, and my last will always be money. Always. Always. As long as I do something to further the empire with some coins, I'm fine. But my last will always be money. So that's my thing. With the divinity, and I have to mention this, and I'm going to keep this to an hour. It's already 50 minutes. I'm going to keep this to an hour based off consistency because I want to just run over. I could be here with y'all forever, talk, but I'm only going to be on podcasts, as I know right now, 1 time a week for the full hour, which is right now. So when do you fast? When you say, like me, when I said I'm going to do a 1-year fast, for me, a fast is 24 hours a day, 365 days for this year. Some people can say I'm going to fast, I'm feeling some pain in my stomach. So Lord, I don't know what this is. I don't have insurance. I'm going to fast 12 hours a day, only liquids until, 3 days. And I'm hoping, Lord, that you tell me, give me some light on what's going on. Like some people can fast 12 hours, 3 hours, 2 hours. You can fast for 20 minutes. You could fast, like it's a practice. So any donation of fast time and donation of something that is hard for you to give up. Fasting is not, I can't say I'm gonna give up lace front weaves for fasting. That's not me. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna give up what are they, kitten heels for fasting. I wouldn't wear them. It's just me. I'm just giving up nails. Whoa. Look up. I thank the Lord I'm not there, Jesus. But it's simple. And I don't know, y'all. I hope this ain't a big deal for God, because if he tells me to give him these nails, I'm giving him the nails too. I don't want to. Like my hair color. I love my hair color. But if God put on my spirit, it gotta go. It'd be natural, because I've done it before. I've done a hair color fast. I've done a nail fast. I've done fast to test myself on what I'm willing to stick with habit-wise or give up habit-wise. That's a big deal. What are you willing to keep in order to stay the same? I got nowhere. I'm at rock bottom. I don't know who I am. Identity-wise, so this podcast is about me finding out who I am, and divinity for me is extremely number 1. Following the Holy Spirit department inside of me is number 1. Period. So with this 52-week fast, it comes with one Bible scripture for me, and it's Romans chapter 12. And this was unplanned. I didn't even have that. That was just sitting there looking at me. So it was meant for me to say with like 6 minutes left. Romans chapter 12. It's the whole chapter. I'm, for the last 2 weeks, kind of dabbling with 1 and 2. But I am also... I have a full-on study book I've created for my Romans 52-week fast for God to show me who I am. But my Romans chapter 12, so my book has tons of scriptures in it. I am a person who believes in the living word. I believe the Bible. It comes to you. It's not something you got to search for. You ain't got to read it cover to cover. The Bible gonna come to you over your lifetime. Once you open yourself up to want to know who you are and divine and what's this Bible about, it's a wrap. So for me, I probably have 40 scriptures I'm studying, but the base of my fast is based off of Romans chapter 12. It is going for 52 weeks. I am literally, wait till I get sound machines and like clapboards and microphones and, oh yeah, wait till I get studio. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to build this podcast brand. It has been like bleeding me out for the first 2 weeks. It has been humiliating. I've made 100 million mistakes. I'm learning. But I'm not letting go. I'm pushing, and y'all gonna figure out everything as we go along. I'm gonna keep putting out clips of how my first week went. It's out there. It's on social media, so I have it out. I'm gonna tag everything in here. Each one of these social media rooms, like if my friends go to Instagram and see my story, that's my Jessica Bain room or the DDP podcast room on Instagram. That's my special room. Those two rooms are my special room. If it's on Facebook, when you're seeing me on Facebook, that's my special room on Facebook. So if you know I'm on TikTok, on Instagram, and on Facebook, you can find me on any one of those in my special rooms, which are my pages. And that's what social media is about. It's about a special place for special friends. You'll know I don't have a lot of friends on anything. I could have thousands of friends, but I want to follow more than I want to lead, so I can lead as I follow. You know, that's what it is. So I always have more followers on my Instagram, my Facebook than I do. More people I follow than people that I allow follow me, because I don't put up with the mumbo jumbo, y'all. I'm not her. Don't hit me up. Like, I'll bring financial advice here. Like, I will bring all the knowledge we want to talk knowledge and how to grow financially, mental health, physical health, spiritual health. We can talk about anything here. Please tell me anything you want to talk about, because outside of that, I'm going to be talking about what I'm going through on my way to becoming a better me and finding my purpose podcast, Dangerous Perception. It's time to get my side of things on the table. I need to figure out who I am. I got to pull all these pieces together. I got to pull it all together. And I'm going to do that. I'm going to put Jessica on the table and make her important to me. And y'all get to watch me do it. So I'm very thankful. I'm grateful. I'm so thankful and grateful to have this platform. It has just been a godsend, literally. I'm putting everything out there, from my workout videos. Literally what I eat, when I cry, like, it's all out there. I got this stuff on Instagram and TikTok right now. Like, even my last 2 weeks is on Instagram and TikTok, you know? And I'm good with it. And I can't say I was good with it before September 29th, or I would have done it. So I'm looking forward to a successful podcast that's going to be syndicated, purchased globally, touching lives, growing people, and it's all going to be based off of fasting. That's what I do. And I'm fasting vocally. I'm not going to speak the majority of the time for this 52 weeks. When you see me, I'm going to be very quiet. If I do speak, you might want to listen. I've been known to make you cry giving a toast poolside. So I'm looking forward to what God has in store for me for 52 weeks. This is about me, y'all. This is all about me. In the name of Jesus, this is all about me. It's time to go find my why, my when I fast, where I fast, who am I? Let go. We're going to figure it out, y'all.
Let me go check this. Now I'm an editor. Deep Perception Podcast. All about me. I'm here to turn myself inside out, get better. I can help y'all out.